Hello, this is Jan.
Hello YouTube, this is Lucas here.
And today we're going to talk about cases. Now, what are cases exactly? It's not very easy to answer this question in simple language, but we're going to try our best today. So I'm here in Ukraine still on my mission to improve my Russian, and one of the difficulties of learning Russian is the cases, of course. So let's talk a little bit about what cases are and how it works, basically. Lucas, what are cases?
Well, cases are basically grammatical categories that show the function of a word in a sentence.
Could you give an example? Like if you take the example in English, for example, I see Bob. How would this? What happens with these words in Russian, for example?
Okay, so when you say I see Bob, I is the subject, the person who is performing the action, and Bob is the object. So basically Bob is the person who's been seen. In English, people like to say that, well, English has no case, but that's not true, because if you use pronouns, then you will inflect the pronoun. For example, if you say I see Bob, I see him, you don't say I see he, right? So he inflects into him.
So actually English does have cases as well.
Yeah, English inflects pronouns. So I, you, he, she becomes him, her.
And then why is it that some people say that languages like German and Russian have cases and languages like Portuguese, Spanish and Dutch, for example, don't? What's the difference?
Well, they probably mean noun cases.
Noun cases. So that's okay.
Because well, in English you say I see him instead of he. But in a sentence like I see Bob, the word order shows who is seeing who.
But the word Bob in the sentence I see Bob doesn't change.
Yeah, exactly. So if you say Bob sees me and I see Bob, Bob stays Bob.
Yeah. But if you say in Russian I see Bob, then there is something that happens with the word Bob, right?
Yeah,
because
given the fact that Bob here is the object, we add a letter, we add an ending, so that we know that Bob is the object of the sentence. It's him and not he.
So how would you say I see Bob in Russian?
Yeah, it will be like I see Boba. You add a A.
You add an A. And now the nice thing about this is that you can actually change the word order in Russian and you still know the meaning of the sentence, right? If you say in English, I guess there's only one way of saying I see Bob, and if you say
Bob see I,
Bob
that doesn't
see
really
I,
make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. But in Russian, it does actually make sense, right?
Yeah, you can basically say I see Boba. Boba see I, because you know that Boba, because of the ending, you know that Bob is the object of the sentence.
Okay. Well, Lucas, thank you very much for the explanation. Of course, in this example or in this video, we only give one example for one case, which was the which case is this?
Here we are using two cases. The nominative case is basically the subject of the sentence. So I see Bob, and we are also using the accusative case, Boba, the direct object. So nominative and accusative.
But in language like Russian, you actually have 6 cases, and even languages like Finnish, in which you have how many?
15, 16. It really depends on how you count them.
So for this video, we keep it simple, and over the next few weeks, you will be able to find more videos like this here on our channel, in which we explain each of the cases. That was it for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Bye bye.